Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game of War in the Pacific, Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against Deaniks. He's a Japanese player, and for me it is the allied side. More and more bases in the Philippines are switching ownership. But if this have a real impact on the war, I don't think so, but yeah. Bases the Japanese have not to take with their troops directly. Still, the Dutch submarine fleet is trying to achieve something here. Some Navy search. Navy movement. Torpedo bombers are taking my submarines. And enemy carriers are spotted. Just in the moment my own carriers are in range. That was a little... I should say, maybe it's my mistake. I don't expected that the enemy carrier fleet is just now here in this moment. I had some local cap active, but more or less for an incoming airstrike out of Rapoul. And so I cannot really defend this strong enemy airstrike. I try my best, but it's simply not possible. So Lexington gets attacked and Charlotte. But it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 range attack. That is just in range for dive bombers to drop 250 kilogram bombs, but just out of range of the torpedo strikes. So lucky, unlucky. Bomb hits left and right. Some penetration, but not all going through, but enough. Ooh, my poor destroyer. Okay, so it was a powerful airstrike, that for sure. I don't really a chance to stop them. 4 hits on each carrier, heavy fires on Lexington and fire on Charlotte. The rest of the task force is maybe okay. And yeah, that is of course a defeat for my carrier fleet. I can only hope that the afternoon is not sinking my ship, because the Navy strike is always possible in the morning and in the afternoon. These are first standard Chinese attacks. I mean, Japanese airstrikes against Chinese ground troops. Okay, a very small airing. This is maybe a victory for my cap. Okay, 4 are able to attack, but no additional bomb hit on Lexington. Still heavy fires. So my aircraft are trying to escape and running to Port Moresby. Or flying, not running. Next sweep over Singapore, still no cap here. And land battles, bombardment east of Juncture, killing here one of my block forces, but only force them to run away. And the next battle for Loyang. And I can still hold. Casualties are still even, more or less. But there's not more much left for my Chinese army. And this is my British lost division. They are defeated once again, but still running. And it was a turn. So I would normally say nothing special, but this carrier battle was of course a surprise for me. I was maybe a little careless, let's say this. I could add more fighters and have a stronger defense, but even that would not help my carriers. Yeah, we will see how strong is the battle, how critical is the damage soon. See you soon. So, this turn saw more action, more burning ships and more dying aircraft. Air war was slightly in my favor, but that is the only positive. The Japanese lost 14 aircraft, so one over-reported, so maybe only 11 dive bombers, and the rest is not much. So the flag did not a lot damage. Only this second independent attack of dive bombers was slaughtered by my cap. I lost 10 cap fighters trying their best to stop them, but I was totally outnumbered and maybe still not equally well trained in skills. But I can say I lost no ship. The Japanese also lost nothing. Hawaii looks fine, ships coming, ships going. I try to build up the bases around Hawaii and to secure my shipping to Australia. Nothing really else to talk. Australia also no activity, everything is fine here. No activity of enemy submarines more. Maybe they're somewhere, but I don't see them. I don't actively hunt them. It's enough if my convoys can go in and out without having a bad surprise. So Paro, Baker Island, Canton Island. Again, no one here. Fiji, no one. Japanese are only at Comarc and in Nomaya and in Luganville. So the three important bases they control, but if they're really using them, I don't know. More equipment is on the way to Australia, so my first American air wings are 4 days away roughly. And yeah, the surprise was this big task force group. So there's one, at least one carrier division, maybe even more. And unluckily, I don't know, they bypassing my Truk submarines, and I had no submarines here in the north of Rabaul. And you can see that they are 11 on range. So yeah, I have a maximum range of 16. Yeah. So they just come maybe from, roughly speaking, here. So this was out of range. Oh, maybe just in range, but I miss them. And then they coming close to this. The idea was, and this was successful, I would normally go to this dot base, stand down and wait here for the enemy and hide here. This is okay. My task force is here. It is damaged. But so far everything is under control. There's only very small fires left. Question is now what I will do with this, because the flight deck is broken. I cannot use the flight deck more. And Charlotte's flight deck is fine, but I consume most of my anti-aircraft ammunition. I could now play it safe and run to Townsville. I could also try to take on the fight, let's say this, the more risky operation, and simply make a stand. And I say maybe we'll do this, is running my carriers to Port Moresby, try to stand them down, but using Port Moresby airfield and add all the fighters I can find and fight over Port Moresby and try to slaughter the enemy attempted maybe next airstrike. If there's no airstrike coming, I'm in Port Moresby. I can fix maybe some damage here and firefight. If there's airstrike coming, I can maybe defeat the enemy and weaken his carrier air wing. So we will see how this works. So far I would say the damage is not too critical. There's this bomb hit on the destroyer, not that the destroyer count too much. There was 1 or 2 bomb hits on the cruiser. Looks not too critical. Charlotte took also at least 2 or 3 bombs. Not crazy damage. Lexington took 4 bombs and they created more damage compared to all the other ships. No. Good. Let's see. My detection is really hard to say if there's only 2 carriers. Could be maybe 4 carriers. I don't know. It doesn't matter at the end. There's so many aircraft coming, he can send out. The rest of Philippines, not too much action. Enemy sub-hunters also here, nothing really new. I lost the battle for Malacca the 2nd time already, so my forces are now very weak. This is what is left over. I will try to reach Kuantan. I don't know what I will do, but I can try to reach the base and then maybe fly them to Singapore. I still fly out troops out of this base. You can see that most of this unit is already now in Singapore. It is only a small token force, but it's additional firepower I can get to Singapore. And I finished the repair of the runway, so I can now really run cap again. I have only issue still to repair my damaged aircraft, but most of my aircraft are also already repaired. 50% I think was disabled by the bombardment. by the enemy fleet. But now I would say I'm ready to take on enemy cap fighters again. So I try to defend Singapore airspace once again and hopefully slaughter some incoming aircraft. Similar here to Manila. All repairs done. Pilots are well trained now, at least. Not all, but most of them. I must kick out the ones that are not good. Nothing changed yet. Burma. And in China I lost one battle here. And the Chinese was able to have one more victory. But this is maybe the last victory I have. Now my forces are more or less all disabled. I think one more attack and the Japanese can win here. And the Japanese have of course the air power, so they can slow down my movement. I must move in combat mode, and I really must move here. I have here some equipment moving, but I think it's make no sense to stay here much longer. I was first only trying to get the capacity under control, but now I lost so much equipment. Some units, or one unit was able to escape, but I think I can try to escape with everything now. Good, and the next battle will be here for Nanyang. I have also here fort level 3. I have nearly the maximum amount of troops I can have into the hex, but I don't have enough supplies to feed them really. So let's see how strong the Japanese are here. But I stay and fight. I not only want to run, and I also don't want to bleed my troops dead. So I try to fight with knowledge and mind. And see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.